You are terrified by the smallest sound.
And good morning once again, everyone, and welcome back. Mornings with Pat Kreitlow on 98.9 WXCO. Online at WXCO.FM, mobile devices and Alexa by searching WXCO, and on the Civic Media app. We'll get you back to Pat Kreitlow. He'll have the climate check with Melissa Baldoff coming up at 8:34. But back here in our downtown Wausau studios, as we do at 22 and 52 after the hours in the 7 and 8 o'clock hours with Ian Welsh. Again, I am Chad Holmes. I mentioned in the last hour about gutlessness and lack of courage during this time. You're either going to stand with doing what's right and speaking out against it, or trying to get along, be along with those who are, I think, going to be judged in history as being wrong. And one of those folks, again, is Pete Hegseth, the former Fox News weekend host turned Secretary of Defense, who yesterday a story came out. And we are in Pride Month, and many people don't like that, and they want to turn back the clocks. And one of those folks is Pete Hegseth, another is Donald Trump, and many of the supporters of the MAGA agenda. I would say, and I would argue, that we have not seen a presidential administration in the United States that we know today, and I'm going to count the Confederate States of America in this, that is as racist and as hateful as the one we got right now, going back to the Jefferson Davis administration of the Confederate States of America. And yesterday, taking it up another notch, was Pete Hegseth. Hegseth wants the U.S. Navy to rename the USNS Harvey Milk and also change names for other ships named for civil rights leaders. The U.S. Navy is going to take the name of Harvey Milk, a Navy veteran and a slain gay rights leader from about 50 years ago, and is considering taking other names off from civil rights icons, such as Thurgood Marshall, Harriet Tubman, Cesar Chavez, Medgar Evers, Ruth Bader Ginsburg. It is incredibly hateful, incredibly wrong what Hegseth and Trump want to do here. It is shameful. It is continuing to show the hateful aspect of this administration. Vindictive. Anybody who thinks differently than them needs to be wiped away, both in the present and in the past and in the future.
I think the phrase is, it's either my way or the highway.
Exactly.
They're trying to take. It's either like you agree with everything that we say, otherwise you don't exist to us. That's basically what this action is saying.
The chief Pentagon spokesman said in a statement that Hegseth is, quote, committed to ensuring that the names attached to all DoD installations and assets are reflective of the commander-in-chief's priorities, our nation's history, and the warrior ethos. Give me a break. And I would like this guy to be asked, tell me exactly what Donald Trump's priorities are when it comes to this issue. I want to hear it. Is the priority to erase everybody that is not a white conservative off of every military installation, off of every military aircraft, off of every military ship, off everything that has anything to do with the military? I want him to say it out loud, because this is purely racism. And to go down the list again, racism, anti-gay, everything, and it is just wrong. And the idea that Hegseth and Trump are spending their time doing things like this, they're spending their time thinking, well, how can we and excuse the language, screw over anybody that disagrees with us in any way. It's wrong. It's wrong. And that's the bottom line. It's wrong. And it's time to stand up. And I go back to that story the last hour with the president of Florida, the University of Florida, for the former president of the University of Michigan, trying to backtrack as fast as he could from DEI because it's the only way to get the job. You either stand up for what's right or you stand up for what's wrong. There's no in between these days. And Pete Hegseth, a meathead who should not be in that job right now after the scandal with the text messaging during moments of war that put service members' lives in danger, is spending his time doing this kind of garbage. It's infuriating. It's infuriating, and people better stand up and push back against this immediately. All right,
Absolutely.
so that's my thoughts on those I think important stories here this morning. Coming up in about 23 minutes or so, our final segment here from our studios in Wausau, which will involve at the end of the show our number for the day quiz. And your topic for today, Ian Welsh, will be Jeopardy.
Oh,
Jeopardy.
I do like watching Jeopardy from time to time.
All right, so Jeopardy is the topic for our number for the day quiz coming up in about 25 minutes or so. But back to Pat Kreitlow coming up next. Again, he will have his climate check segment with Melissa Baldoff coming up after an information update, news, weather, and sports straight ahead. The time is 8:29. Beautiful morning here in Wausau, 56 degrees, partly sunny skies. With Ian Welsh, I'm Chad Holmes here at 98.9 WXCO.